Hi, good morning. That was loud. Okay. Thank you for joining in. This session is specifically for Microsoft Power BI embedding scenarios into Microsoft Power Apps portals. So it's just a show of hands, how many of you have heard about the Power Apps portals so far in the event? All of you. Awesome. And anybody who's already working on portals? I assume the audience here is all Power BI experts? Yeah? No? Okay. No worries. So I'm just going to be taking you through the embed scenario, specifically where Power BI reports can be served to external users. And I'm Sandeep Dhanrajani. I'm a program manager at Microsoft, and I work on the Power Apps portals team. And this is one feature where we have brought together Power Apps portals and Power BI. So the theme is to bring the power of business intelligence to external users, as I said, right? The objective of this is to specifically enable customers who want rich visualizations, right, built into their portals, their existing portals, and they already have certain investments done in Power BI. Typically, the request comes that they do not want another application where their external users have to go and log into Power BI. Their primary choice of application remains their external website, where the users already, it could be a ticketing website or their partner portal or whatever they do with the portals, and they want to show some business intelligence or analytical information right off on their web pages. Also, they may have real situations where their external user base is so large, they even cannot actually have logins enabled for that large mass of people. So here, portals provides that surface, and building this integration helps fulfill those scenarios. If I pick an example from yesterday where you saw G&J Pepsi, their store managers actually want to look at the performance information right on the portals. This is just one example. Also, we had some previous customers come in and say they were into servicing and they already had a portal built for their customer case ticket management scenarios, and they were receiving a lot of redundant case tickets for the same kind of problem. It could be an outage in their service in a particular locality. They had these Power BI maps built out that showed on the map where the service outages were, and thought that it would be good to serve it off on their website on the home page itself so that they could receive less traffic and have to solve less tickets for their customers. Those are just two examples, but I think imagination is the limit here of what you can do with embedding Power BI into portals. So now, what we have done is, with portals, we have done all the plumbing that is required to integrate this Power BI as a service into portals. Now, it does use the Power BI embedded service as an architecture to enable this. Since all of the hard work has been abstracted out of portals, what it really requires is just essentially 3 steps and all configuration to get Power BI visualizations embedded into portal pages. The first step, of course, some of this is very specific to portals. So if you haven't customized a portal before, don't worry. I'll just show you some of the screens on how it's actually done, just to give you a sense of how easy it is. And for if you want to really get deep dive into Power Apps portals, there's a separate session for that today in the afternoon. The first thing is something called as the Portal Admin Center, where you have to really enable the feature to use it. It does that. Also, it provides a way for customizers and administrators to select which workspaces they want enabled, because we don't want to expose all workspaces out to the world because there could be organization data. So that's the first thing that an administrator has a choice for, to select the specific workspaces so that later on he or she can just handpick the reports, charts, or whatever tiles and expose only those. The second thing is the portal needs to be authorized to talk to Power BI and call its APIs and fetch all those visualizations and put them on the web page. So one step that it involves is to go into the Azure Active Directory and add to a security group portal as an application. And later on, I'll just show you how, what needs to be done on the Power BI side with that. And the third thing is on the actual web page where you want to put it, there's something called as liquid tags in portals, and you just have to put that with the correct ID of the artifact that you want to show on the web page. Little more details of all the three steps I showed you. This is how a portal admin center looks like. From Power Apps portals, you would be able to get directly into these things. It has a resident blade for setting up Power BI integration. The first feature is enabling it. So if your portal is really just employee self-service, where the users are part of your organization, then you don't need to really use the Power BI embedded service, because the users will be logging in with their same credentials that they use in the application. So you can just directly kind of an iframe the Power BI. However, if you're serving these pages to your external users, your customers, partners, right? In that case, you need to click on the next tile and select those workspaces, and that's where it leverages the Power BI embedded service and does the heavy lifting on the server side to be calling those visualizations and putting them on the web page. So those are the two things that need to be done on the admin center side. Not going to the specifics, but you need to create a security group, add portals to the active directory group. And on the Power BI side, when you go to the admin portal and specifically to the tenant settings, on the group under developer settings, you can actually specify the same group so that it has access to be calling those. And this is really very specific to the portals. Portals uses Liquid, which is an open source templating language, and it was originally built by Shopify, but what it does is it allows you to put dynamic content on web pages on Power Apps portals. Here, we have a first-class tag defined for embedding Power BI and some of the additional attributes that can be sent to your report. I'll show you what can be done, but the most basic stuff is you need to qualify it with the Power BI tag and put the path of the visualization that you want to show. So once enabled, you have a choice and full control of what exactly you want to put out on your web pages. The first thing is you can actually put the whole report and dashboard, and it will come with its full power. It's not clipped in any way. So all the filter mechanism, drill downs, everything will work as it is in this mode. Also, portals specifically can handpick the tile that you want to show, and since we are just using the path and Power BI tiles are URL addressable, you could just pick the actual fully qualified URL off the browser's address bar, stick it in, and you can actually enable whichever tile you want to show on the web page. And this really is the power here. Now, you may want to contextually filter your data, right? Because you may have, I see heads nodding there, so that's an information. So we thought about that, and really, you want to filter your data out by the context of the user. And since we are talking about here, two separate applications, right? Because Power BI may be showing you data from your line of business applications. It does not necessarily need to show data from the common data service. And Portals has its own security model. So we tied that together, and within the Power BI liquid tags that I show you, you can actually send role as a parameter, which would do a matchup on the Power BI side with the role that you have named, that you have defined. And of course, the filter that is associated to that role on the Power BI will just kick in and filter that data for you real time. I'll show an example of how, in the context of portals, this is very important, and the scenarios that you can enable with it. I'll be switching over to the demo now. So this is just one of the portal templates. It's a partner portal template. I just kind of spun up a trial this morning. And what I'm going to do is Power BI comes with certain samples for sales and marketing dashboards. I just picked those, and I'm going to try to embed it here. So I've done some of the work since this was a 20-minute session. Right. So this is that example of embedding a tile directly, and you can see that it comes up in its full glory, and you have the full flexibility to adjust the width and height and all that stuff within portals. This is an example of where I've embedded an entire report, and what I'm going to show is that all of these filters do work in real time. So it does not cut off any information from the reports, and if I were to do it with the dashboard, it would behave the same. You can actually embed the dashboard with tiles and everything on it. Now here, let me take you through the scenario where I said I am able to pass roles. So I have a logged in user right now called portal customer on the top right, and that person has a specific role called region east, because let's say he belongs to an east territory in the sales team that he's working with. So we have created a role here in the portal, because portal has its own security model where you can define role names and assign to that user. And on the Power BI side, we have done exactly the same role name. So here, what it's doing is right now it's passing a static parameter called region underscore and just filtering it out. This is how we are doing what I showed you in the first example. Just focus on the Power BI tag above. It says Power BI authentication type is Power BI embedded. This is the one that you have to use for serving reports to external users. The path, of course, the fully qualified path of the report or tile or whatever you want to show. And then role, I'm just passing in that string of the name. Now this is just basic filtering, right? But I want to change the data based on the logged in user's role. So what I can do is I can actually fetch all the role name collection and send a comma separated list of those role names into the Power BI service. So that's what I'm doing here in the second example. Everything else remains the same. All I'm doing is instead of sending in a static string, I'm just sending a comma separated list. And this is how it kind of shows up in this example. Let me here. So in this one, I belong to two security roles within portals. One is the authenticated users, and I'm in the West region. And the data gets filtered automatically based on both those roles. So it does not have to be that all role names have to be defined on the Power BI side. It will just kind of run for each role name that you send it. It will filter that, apply only those filters for you, and send the data back. So everything that I've shown today, right now for Power BI Embedded Service, is in public preview. And there is documentation available on docs.microsoft.com with all the screenshots and step-by-step guides to do it yourself. So do try out Power Apps portals, and do try out this scenario and give us some feedback. With that, probably we have, I think, 5 minutes for Q&A.
So normally, if you have enterprise data, you have to have Power BI Pro license for the end user to consume it. And if your reports contain enterprise data, will that show up through this embedded?
Yes, the data is going to show up, but it's a choice that you have to make, and we have given that full control to the administrator to select the specific workspaces that you want to, so in an enterprise setup, you want to make sure that you create a separate workspace for all that data that you want to externally expose, and maybe it's just abstracted, summarized data that you can feel free to disclose to your external users. Right. So
That was actually the point of buy them Power BI Pro license because they can't see the data otherwise. This seems like a way around that, but I'm guessing there's a cost associated with the portal.
True. So right. So portals definitely there's a cost, and like the current licensing has you can read in the licensing guide about the specifics of that. For Power BI, using the Power BI embed specifically, whatever licenses you need on the Power BI side, those are still a prerequisite for it. So it's not bypassing the licensing in a way. So think about it, if you were to enable on your own website a Power BI dashboard using embedded service, the licenses that you have to purchase are the same that you'll have to purchase in this setup.
But to set up the portal, do you have to purchase something additional?
Yes, portal has to be purchased separately. Right.
Thank you.
Sure.
I see I'm not the only one doing that thing.
All right. If you want to know more about Power Apps portals, there is a session at 2:15 today. So do visit us if you want to get deep dive into like all the capabilities that we have for Power Apps portals. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.